If you are trying to buy your first house, you have been lied to. Everyone tells you the same thing. Save up 20% for a down payment on a starter home. It is the gold standard. It is also a massive trap that keeps you broke and house poor for a decade. But what if I told you there is a 60-year-old government rule that lets you buy a property with only 3.5% down? And the best part? By using this specific rule, your neighbor's rent literally pays your mortgage every single month. We call it the 3.5% duplex loophole. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to use it to become an investor on day one of homeownership. Let's start by doing the math on the traditional advice. The 20% down single-family starter home. Back in 2014, this made sense, but today, the median home price in a lot of the country is around $400,000. To put 20% down on that, you need $80,000 in cash, just for the down payment. That is $80,000 that is now completely locked inside the walls of your house. You cannot easily access it. You are officially house poor. And worse, that house does not pay you a single dime. Every month, you are writing a check for $2,500 just to watch it disappear. Now, let's look at the alternative. The FHA 2-to-4 unit rule. The Federal Housing Administration created a loan program designed to encourage homeownership. Most people think FHA loans are only for tiny single-family homes, but the FHA explicitly allows you to buy a property with up to 4 units, as long as you live in one of them. This is called the Owner-Occupant clause. You buy a duplex, you move into Unit A, you rent out Unit B to a tenant. Because you are living there, the government classifies you as an owner-occupant, not an investor. That is the magic key. Because you are not an investor, you get the same perks as a normal home buyer. You only need a 3.5% down payment. Let us do the math on a duplex. Let's say you find a nice duplex for $500,000. If you were an investor buying this, you would need 25% down. That is over $120,000. But because you are using the owner-occupant FHA loophole, your down payment is just 3.5%. That brings your cash to close down to $17,500. You just saved over $100,000 in upfront cash. But here is where it gets crazy. How does your neighbor's rent pay your mortgage? When you apply for this loan, the bank looks at your income to see if you can afford the monthly payment. But here is the rule that changes everything. The bank will allow you to use 75% of the rental income from the other unit to qualify for the loan. Let that sink in. The bank knows that if you buy a duplex, you are going to get rent. So they count that future rent as your personal income today. Let's say the total mortgage, property taxes, and insurance on the duplex is $3,500 a month. You rent out the other side for $2,000 a month. Your gross cost is $3,500. You collect $2,000 in rent. Your actual out-of-pocket cost to live in your side of the duplex is now only $1,500. Compare that to the single-family home where you are paying $2,500 a month out of pocket. By buying the duplex, your monthly housing cost is $1,000 cheaper, and you kept $100,000 of cash in your bank account instead of locking it into the bricks. But what is the catch? You had to promise to live in the property to get the 3.5% down payment. This is the owner-occupant clause in action. The catch is simply that you must move into the property within 60 days of closing, and you must live there for at least 1 year. After 12 months, the government's requirement is completely fulfilled. After that 1 year, you can move out, rent your side of the duplex to a second tenant, and the entire building becomes a cash-flowing investment property. You started with a small down payment, you let the tenant cover the bulk of your mortgage for a year, and now you have an asset that pays you every month. You can take the money you saved and the equity you built and go buy your actual dream single-family home. This is how regular people build generational wealth without needing a trust fund or a 6-figure savings account. You are just using the rules of the game to your advantage. The 3.5% duplex loophole is the ultimate cheat code for first-time buyers. You avoid the 20% down trap, you get a massive discount on your monthly living expenses, and you walk away with a true investment asset after just 1 year. If this was helpful, there's more on the channel.